Welcome, everybody, to Saginaw Valley State University Esports. We have an Overwatch game for everybody tonight. I am Aquatic, joined by my fellow caster here.
Yep, I'm Kaiser.
And we are going up against Louisville, SVSU A team versus Louisville. Should be an interesting hovering Antarctic Peninsula right now. One of the newer maps in the game, the control point, always starting off on the control point for the Overwatch games here. We're going to see. I am not quite sure how this tends to go for the team. It's definitely an interesting map designed for Overwatch 2. You know, a lot of the Overwatch 1 maps were designed for 6v6 and then changed for a little bit for 5v5 for Overwatch 2. But this was designed for 5v5. A lot more cover, a lot more hallways. And interesting map. As always, Blizzard makes very pretty maps.
We can also see that looks like there's an interesting difference in the lineup of SVSU A squad as J-Rod Nasty has appeared on the starting roster, which I believe, as my co-host Aquatic has said, he was playing on the B squad this first start of this semester. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
We have definitely changed up how we run things a little bit. I know at least on the Smash Bros team, they'll have a player for example, B team also be a sub for A, and invite on C, have one for B as a dedicated sub. And in the NECC league, one can do that. One can have a...
People can swap between...
Sub up.
Yeah.
And sub up. Can't sub down. A team couldn't sub for B team, but...
Can sub up players. So it is going to be interesting to see how J-Rod Nasty slots into the A squad for Saginaw Valley State University. But we can see Louisville. I don't know how many stats we have on them, but we will see what kind of comp they start to run, as I know SVSU has focused on more of a very brawly type of comp that we've seen them run in the past history.
That's what they do.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Louisville also pulls out. Most teams that we've encountered have usually ran a brawl comp back into us, but never know. They might have an answer for it.
That has kind of been the way this season. Orissa's been pretty popular. I mean, Orissa always seems to be at least a popular choice to play, if maybe even not in competition, but just in general. Yeah. And in competition, we've seen some Armatra. I don't think we'll see Ryan. Maybe. I'm always hoping for a miracle.
I was gonna say Nemo was very popular on that Reinhardt, but now with the way the meta's kind of going, has shifted towards more of an Orissa player. So it's gonna be very interesting.
We're gonna see. There was a balance patch lately, and we do get them, I believe, every 2 weeks. A mid-season and a start-of-season balance patch. The new Sombra rework, which I do not believe is live yet. The new map, I believe, is live. Or no, Samoa is not live. I believe Sombra is.
Yes.
I don't think we'll see her, honestly.
Hot take with the changes, I don't think we will, unless some of the players have absolutely hammered out the specifics of that character. But with her kit kind of almost changing entirely, it's going to be, definitely will be different to see. Looks like we are entering the game here, though, so get ready for a spicy match on the Arctic Peninsula.
We can get a little bit of a preview of the map here. This is that central area that teams will be fighting over, the control point. Start to see some of the team comps show up slowly but surely, or at least the health bars are.
Yes, we can see Nemo was hovering his original and classic Reinhardt here, but we will see what the teams pick, as they do have 10 seconds to assemble their heroes here.
May did get reverted as well with the latest patch from her rework last season. And May has always, at least lately, been a rather popular character. I would not be surprised if we saw a little bit of May. Looks like we completely incorrect there. Double Reinhardt. We do see double May as well. See some Lucio for the speed. You know, you always want to get Ryan around very quickly. The DPS slot, Baptiste has been absolutely killer lately. Anna has not, but you can always run Anna, I feel. Half the time, no matter the meta, you can run Anna. Bastion has also been incredibly popular lately, despite a nerf or two. So that is definitely something we expect to see. Vidi, though, on the Sojourn. This is going to be interesting. After all the nerfs, that character has finally reached a not great spot in the meta. But hey, if it works, it works. We're going to see.
Reinhardt really pushing out there with his charge there, just instantly getting onto the point here.
Both teams going left. Interesting choice, going really far left for Louisville. Nemo finds one off the bat. Huge wall there from May. Going to be taken out almost instantly. Huge teamwork there. The May wall to block in the Louisville's Ryan. That's going to go crazy. The rest of the team is going to have to back up. Huge chase. Everyone's dead.
Yes. SVSU with a clean first team wipe even before the control point spawns. SVSU falling back, leaving the Mei left to just stall the enemy team out until they can control it. Looks like SVSU is pushing back up here into try and keep Louisville out of the point, just keep them from even touching it here. So there's going to be a little skirmish here, as we can see, just teams trying to poke each other out, trying to exploit a weakness.
You can see with all these little tight corridors and passageways making me super effective in a position like this. We're trying to get off the Mei, but there's the Anna. Getting that huge anti-nade onto the other team's Reinhardt is exactly what Louisville wants. That's basically a dead Rein at this level of gameplay.
Joe Biden Pog being killed by the enemy Mercy here. Engineer finding a kill onto Baptiste. Mei forcing the Ice Cube. Cloudy killing Vidi.
Going to see ults almost coming online. There's going to be an interesting couple of differences. Having that nano boost is especially going to be interesting. Having a nano boost as a Reinhardt going up against a Reinhardt that doesn't is going to be definitely difficult for Nemo to deal with. They'll have to use that Baptiste lamp to keep him alive. That's gonna be where that counterplay comes in.
We can see Vidi and J-Rod having their ults almost coming online. Wow, we do see the nano boost up available. Smash up for Ryan.
Huge sleep anti. That's almost a dead Nemo. Will get ripped through. Yeah, that anti-nade is crazy.
Ryan is nanoed here, just charging through the SVSU front line as Nemo is down. SVSU successfully taking down MJ here. Engineer finding a take back onto Vidi.
They're going to try to make this work. Investing the Mei ult gets thrown a little too far back, but both teams are without a Rein. They only have the, what I call flex tank, that is Mei.
Ryan is back in action here, just charging straight forward, trying to kill the enemy supports here.
I can't believe SVSU managed to pull out that team fight. They lost their Rein incredibly early. Huge play from the rest of the team, though, taking down Louisville's Rein. That's going to be crazy. We got both Shatters online. You know, this is what we like to see as well. Oh, absolutely slaughtered. There goes an entire tank.
Yes, that's damage is just unblockable here.
Nemo absolutely slaughtering here.
It is a back and forth brawl between Louisville and SVSU here, as they've just been taking team fights back to back for each side.
This is definitely going to be in Louisville's favor. They have 4 ults online and most of Nano. SVSU only has Beat and Shatter to deal with it, which both ults can come in clutch. We're going to see there's the Mei wall. Yep. They're going to rip Ryan out of there as soon as possible. Oh, huge Shatter. Ryan was... No, Nemo was
Ryan
not
was
there.
Frozen.
There was no Nemo. He had to go and is trying to escape the Mei ult there from Louisville.
Louisville there with a complete team wipe here onto SVSU. Will capture the point, bringing it almost to match point. Both teams are going to be neck and neck here in control point access.
I would say SVSU only needs to win one more team fight, but 80%, you know, usually the other team can make it to the point for one final one and then to get there in Overwatch, but it'll be close. If SVSU wins this next one, that'll be very difficult.
Railgun was charged there, looking for a pick onto the enemy backline. Reinhardt's exchanging blows here. Nemo still has his shatter up, and with that freeze there.
Huge freeze trying to cut everybody off. The Mei flank there from Joe Biden. Pog not going to work. Has to invest the Lucio ult.
Was blocked there.
Huge skirmish on the point. It looks like SVSU's not going to take it. Nemo is somehow still alive through all that. Down goes Joe Biden. Pog, it's going to be 44 versus 5. Probably. Yep, that's probably not SVSU favored here. Very close. I didn't even realize the timer ticked over. Wow, that was looking so SVSU the entire time.
Especially with that Mei and Reinhardt all combined, but I did not see what happened there, but appears that the Rein got out of the freeze before it was able to and was able to actually block the shatter from going through.
Crazy play from both teams there. Again, SVSU looked like they had the upper hand for the entire match, but that whole last team fight, which was very extended, gave Louisville the time they needed to take it over. Again, while you're fighting, one team is taking over the time.
Yes.
So you always want to be that team.
You just always want to have control of that point there, because regardless, it'll keep ticking up even if they're contesting it.
The common phrase, die on point, so that you just
looks like
keep ticking
Vidi has swapped off of the Sojourn to almost match the Louisville comp here with the Bastion. SVSU looking for a strong start out here, not as strong without the charge area. Looks like both teams are going to interest into a 5v5 here. Shield almost immediately cracked there.
Nemo getting in there, though. A whole bunch of damage will go for pin. Finds the charge onto Bastion. Will lose his life for it. Barely. Vidi finds one. I don't think that's going to be enough, though. Rest of the team goes down.
Oh, as I say that,
third. He's crazy. Joe Biden Pog.
Oh, Biden
Clutch.
Pog finds another, or Zippy actually ends up getting that kill. But SVSU turned a team fight from when Nemo was pushed all the way back. But Engineer taking down Joe Biden Pog here.
20 health. That is crazy.
But yeah, SVSU there, Nemo charged straight in and was taken down immediately. But thanks to Joe Biden Pog and how well that wall was placed there, they were able to clean up the Louisville team.
Not any ults yet online. Still just going to be a normal brawl. Again, you see how May is so impactful in this match. You can wall off the other team's Reinhardt, and that's almost a death sentence. You at least have to back up.
Louisville
SVSU taking some
trying to
space.
take control of the point here. SVSU looking to contest here.
Trying to play off that high ground, but they do have to drop down. Bit of a skirmish on point. Everybody's in each other's face. That is that thing about that Overwatch 2 offers is very skirmishy.
Joe Biden finds one on the Cloudy.
Nemo's got that all. If he can find it, it's definitely doable here. Gonna pop it to kill the May. Get a huge pin under the other team's Reinhardt. Down goes Louisville's Ryan. Nemo making some huge plays. Joe Biden Pog comes in to assist. That's gonna be everybody. Engineer tries to find it. Will take him down.
Yeah.
Man, what a team fight
This
for
has been
both
such
teams.
a brawly fight already in the second match. Both teams have going back and forth with it with almost similar comps here.
It's definitely exciting. One might say poke comps can be occasionally boring to watch. This is definitely not that. This is not even close to that. This is maximum interest. Almost takes. That's right. The nerfs and damage there won't quite kill the May. Just barely. Fitting Joe Biden Pog finding a couple though.
Oh, finds
and
the
there
Ryan.
goes the rest of Louisville. Be close.
Oh.
May
that was a close one.
May can bring things back. You can see there Renzu almost.
Biddy finding another on the Engineer with the grenade. SVSU is slowly ticking down the timer. Louisville looking to regroup here as Engineer is coming brought back up. SVSU has 2 ults compared to Louisville's 3, so the fight favor right now is in Louisville with all those ults online, especially with that nano.
You can see how long it's taking for Louisville to get back together. When some of your players die so late into the fight, you have to wait even longer to regroup. SVSU has most of the point here. J-Rod Nasty pops the ult, goes crazy through the window. Early kill, that's going to be another one. Viddy finds one with the Bastion ult. Going to be a 3-5 Louisville down. Shatter, that's it. Counter Shatter. Everybody on Louisville is alive with 3 health. Won't quite be enough.
SVSU brings back the fight, bringing it to 1-1 to Louisville. This has been such a back and forth game within these first 2 games here already. It's quite insane how well both teams have just been bringing the fight back, fight after fight to each other.
There's been some absolutely masterful plays on both sides. Like right there at the end, the counter shatter into the Anane to almost keep all 3 of those Louisville members alive. Absolutely crazy. Some support off J-Rod Nasty there, starting off the fight with a crazy kill on the Engineer through the VAP window. Some crazy support plays this time around.
That indeed.
And of course, May, as always, an exciting character to watch, at least for me. I find May to be fun.
We can see a character swap on the side of Louisville. They have switched to the Bastion to match SVSU's team, as the Ana might have not been working out too well, depending on the side of the map. So it looks like they've opted to swap to Baptiste, who can offer a little bit more AoE healing.
Looks like we'll have the complete mirror. Both teams running the exact same comp. That is what happens when meta exists. Nemo going absolutely crazy, just going there for a pin on the Rhine. They're ready, though. The rest of SVSU responds, keeps him up with BAP Lamp.
Joe Biden finds one. On the
How do they make this work? Nemo goes in like an absolute madman every fight, gets down to low health. The team bails him out, and somehow they win fight after fight. How do they make this work? This absolute madman of a tank that they have at the helm.
What I've noticed is Nemo has been targeting mainly a support and or has been grabbing the Louisville tank. So that basically leaves Louisville without a front line. So that's why Joe Biden can just kind of run in regardless because he's May and then just pop Ice Cube if he gets low.
J-Rod Nasty here, an absolute sniper with this Baptiste. Seen a couple of crazy kills here.
SVSU controlling the point first again. It's slowly ticking over as Louisville looks to regroup and try and push SVSU here.
SVSU does have that May ult, can clog up a choke point very easily. Although this map has enough to, where you can kind of rotate to a different part.
Yep.
Here we go. Gets cut off. Rest of the team pulls through. Lots of freezes there. They do have the Bastion to absolutely shred through, but Viddy finds it. He has the shield. Nemo goes in with a pin. SVSU now can just plow through with no tank to stop them. That is going to be most of the team fight. Yep. That's going to be SVSU. Up to 50. Spawn camping. Yep.
Oh my.
I dare say. They're feeling it. They're feeling confident.
SVSU definitely feeling it, as they do have the ult advantage here now, as they do have 3 ults, especially with that Shatter and that window.
Shatter can win team fights on its own. That ultimate is crazy.
Here comes the
Bastion ult, always a kind of a coin flip. Oh my. Nemo. Apparently Engineer was low enough that a Fire Strike can take him out. Wow. Again, and Louisville has to wait.
Yep.
With that, they have to wait a good 20-25 seconds before they can try to push in here. Just a single pick at the start there is all it takes.
Looks like Louisville is trying to turn onto Joe Biden Pog here. Joe Biden has not popped Ice Cube yet, while the enemy May has. Nemo taking critical damage here. Baptiste ult going down. Nemo is getting finally taken down as everything. Oh my, that Bap wall.
Invest Shatter, and somehow they make it work. How did they make this work? Team fight after team fight. Nemo always seems out of position, but apparently he sets up perfectly for his team. As everyone turns around to shoot him, the supports for SVSU will keep him alive with like Lamp and other crazy abilities, while SVSU just blind fires into the other team, shreds through them there. And see, they're all shooting Nemo here, and the rest of the team can set up to blast them through this choke point, finding all the kills that they need. That is absolutely insane. That was a play of the game, and he was dead for half of it.
SVSU taking the first round of the best of 3 from the game match point, but Louisville put up a heck of a fight this game, as the first 2 matches, they took the first map, and then the second was very tied. It was only just this last map, which I feel might have been due to the choke points here. SVSU kind of played those choke points just a little bit better, even though they're both playing the same comps.
Now, we definitely saw some star plays there, and we talked about Nemo a lot. Who else are you looking at as some of the star players on both sides?
Right now, I think we're looking mainly at Joe Biden, because Joe Biden has been the player on SVSU to always capitalize on the fact when Nemo would go in and charge and take somebody straight out of the team fight. Nemo's charging the rest of those characters like a madman, mainly due to the fact that May can just Ice Cube if they get caught out. But it's just so impactful that they can take out one person from the fight, and SVSU is able to capitalize on that and turn on the rest of the characters. Because usually in competitive play, you might see, like on non-organized, you'll see that teams do that. They usually gang up on the person that was taken out of the fight. SVSU here is doing the opposite. They're ganging up on the rest of the teammates that are left defenseless without one character.
Yeah. Oh, I could not have said that better. This has definitely been a battle of attention. Who's focusing on what? Both of these teams, of course, are comprised of some of the best players in Overwatch of all, I'm assuming, are masters and above. So at this point, most have the mechanics to make it work. It's just who's focusing on what, who's throwing abilities where, who's taking attention away from the rest of the team. Yeah.
I was going to say, on the side of Louisville, Engineer was a star player in that first game, as that map was a lot more open compared to the previous 2, which is why I think SVSU was favored on that one, was because Louisville has the better advantage when there's an open field. They can target people out in the open instead of having to fight through checkpoints, which SVSU was just playing better. So I think Engineer was the big factor of Louisville there, and Engineer, that last match, was taken out time after time after time again by Joe Biden, as they're kind of targeting him. So I think Engineer is the player to be looking for on Louisville here. And looks like we are moving to King's Row on the half and half push, half control point.
Hybrid map.
Yep.
This is definitely, I believe, a fan favorite. One of the classic Overwatch map. I think that was in the original lineup of maps that they put out. This definitely has a few more open sight lines. You do have that choke point that you have to get through on the attack that you can defend, but there's more opportunity for other team compositions. May, you can wall a couple of things off, but there are more options. On a map like Antarctica, I feel that the wall that can clog up an entire choke point is just too invaluable to pass up while May is this strong. Yeah, unless they tune down all of her stats so she can't do anything after the wall. It's just that character fundamentally is good on those kinds of maps. Here, though, might see a couple of different things.
Favors long-range players here. We can see Viddy going back to the Sojourn, which is kind of long-range as you have that right click once you build it up. But we can see SVSU starting on the blue on the defender side. So SVSU is going to be the one to hold this choke point. And typically, if they get past this choke point, usually they give it up and just fall back for the push cart. But specifically with Joe Biden playing May here, I think they're going to try some cheeky little play in the corner at this choke point and just wall the first person that comes out of it. So it will be interesting to see. We can see that Louisville is running the same comp that they ran at the previous, so it will be interesting to see how they play with this, as it's not a very long-range comp unless you can hit those May right clicks.
Yeah. No, could not have said it better myself. It's a map where, again, that there is this choke point. If you want to play for it, you can definitely still play for it. The counter charge there, that is what Nemo does not want to happen. Ooh, he has to stop, and the rest of the team can hit him. That is the one thing that this whole strategy depends on not occurring.
Nemo taken down immediately there, followed by Joe Biden Pog on Engineer. Zippy is walled off, so it looks like SVSU is just going to fall back and give up the point here, as they really can't take it back, as they've been taking them down one by one and just offsetting the respawn timers here.
Yeah, they have to back all the way up. SVSU will have to group up.
Yep. SVSU was pushed all the way off that point here. So, yep, SVSU is going to be looking to just regroup and try and stop the cart push there. Almost taking down Engineer there with the right click. Engineer does finally go down by Zippy here. Pops the lantern. Nemo taking out the lantern. SVSU looking to push them back past that cart. Is walled off here. Nemo all alone. Charges back towards the team here.
Gonna be a huge scrap here, where this isn't even particularly
Zippy
advantageous.
takes down MJ.
We'll find a few.
He finds another on Jumba.
They will have to back up, although this is right outside Louisville spawn. I'm not sure how much this is going to impact. They can respawn immediately, but hey, going for the spawn camp potentially? We'll see.
Oh my. Yep, SVSU. The May is in the corner there. Didn't say Louisville looking to come out here. Ice Wall comes out right onto the Rhine.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, Rhine's... There we go.
Investing the Sojourn
all
here. How are they doing this?
Here.
They are legitimately spawn camping Louisville. What is going on?
I think SVSU had enough with Louisville pushing that point first turn, and they just decided to spawn camp here. Rhine Shatter is up, so we can see that play maybe coming down from the top ropes.
We could not have seen a bigger switch. Louisville slaughtering that first point, taking it out in a single team fight. And now the reverse. Getting spawn camped.
Oh my.
The shatter going through
all of them. All of them were shattered. Oh my. SVSU with the team kill there. Holy, that was an insane shatter.
It's going to be Nemo play of the game for sure.
Yes.
This man only hits crazy shatters. No whiffs.
SVSU still staying at the spawn camp here. They just decided to not let them push whatsoever. Oh my, Nemo with the fire strike on. Oh.
It's too much.
Oh my, Nemo.
It takes one ult. SVSU is capitalizing on all this so well, playing together. I don't know. I've never seen this. Not only in a competitive environment, I haven't seen this in general.
Especially on this map, at least. I know there are some maps you can do this, but this map, they have so many options to push out and then wall with May to just try and sneak through that. It's baffling that SVSU is able to do this.
I do not understand what I'm watching here. How is SVSU making this work? May ult finally invested from Louisville. Nemo won't make it out.
Down. Joe Biden also taken down.
They're investing ults though. Viddy goes in, finds one right off the bat. They're finding the kills.
They are finding the kills. Louisville's just trying to get to the cart to try and slowly push it. Yep, Louisville looking to push it. They're just trying to push it out here and wait for their respawns.
SVSU's definitely not won the team fight, but didn't particularly lose it either. They back up with 3 of their members. I don't know how they made that work. They burned a solid 2 minutes off of the timer for Louisville.
Yep, and it's just finally pushed theirs. And usually by this time they're already at the second point here.
Yeah. Well, this is very different than what you would normally see. We're getting a bit of a treat here. Heck of a game.
Viddy on the high ground over there is slowly getting pushed back. Oh my.
Big shatter there. SVSU will lose a couple members. That will be it, I believe, for Louisville.
Should be the first point for Louisville. Yes, that indeed, as SVSU is on some opposite respawn timers, so they will not be able to push this.
Now,
Iceberg.
This is what we saw. We saw Viddy pop onto that high ground for a bit. Didn't quite work out, but this is the main difference that the two teams have. Literally the only difference.
Going down to Engineer. Engineer finding a second onto Zippy with the grenade. Yep, SVSU are taken down. We'll have to see the first point. We can see Nemo here just kind of waiting for everybody to get back up. Looks like they are just deciding to make their stand at this choke point here.
Shatter and Blizzard here for SVSU. Probably could get countered by the two
my.
ults. Yep, there we see Beat. Kind of expected there.
Looks like Nemo was just using that to actually counter it here.
As he's fighting here, they have the mail, pops it. It'll get the Rhine. Louisville in a tough spot. They do still have the window up, but they can't particularly use it as SVSU pushes right past it, finds a couple of kills. Team goes down. SVSU looks like they'll be able to hold this.
They haven't gotten the second cap here.
Yeah, no, they did not get it.
They did not get the cap. They are 1.69 meters away from the cap here. And SVSU will slowly push the cart back.
Joe Biden Pog on the chase there. Gotten a little bit of a duel with
SVSU
Cloudy.
slowly pushing the cart back here. There's a minute left for Louisville. I believe they will be able to push it here as they do have the ult advantage here. But if SVSU keeps team fighting like they have been, I am quite unsure if they'll actually cap this first point. Here comes the Bastion ult here onto the high ground, actually.
Oh no, Viddy
No.
got off the high ground into another part of the Bastion ult. Nemo's going to take Engineer on a little bit of a ride. The rest of the team's going to turn around. Louisville does now have the Rhine. It's very hard to win a team fight without your tank.
The window has gone down. Window was there just to really stall for time here as SVSU's characters are coming back up. Looks like Joe Biden is choosing to contest here, just trying to burn them as much time as they possibly can. Mayall is invested there to push SVSU off, so they will cap this first point here as SVSU is down characters.
Nemo almost has another shatter.
Yes, there are 2 minutes, though. Viddy does have their ult lined up here, so we can imagine that once Nemo gets shattered, they may be looking to go in as Zippy also almost has beat drop.
This I'm gonna guess this is gonna be an win for SVSU. This team fight, they do have a couple more ults.
Yes.
This choke point, or this corner is one you can play.
MJ has. Oh my!
Ooh.
Joe Biden swapping onto the Junkrat, taken down immediately. Oh my! MJ is there, but
Wow.
was not able to capitalize on that shatter there.
Nemo finds 1 or 2, but the rest of the team said no. No, this is our team. You cannot. You cannot. Maybe looking to get a kill with the actual shatter itself.
Yes.
As everyone was
Looks like
close
Viddy
range.
and Zippy do have their ults here, so they will be making a final stand here.
Although Louisville's got it pushed most of the way here. It feels like just a second ago they were getting spawn camped. Now they're at the last point. Viddy pops ult. Here goes. Somebody's got to touch that point for Saginaw. Oh, everyone's low health. Viddy finds it.
Cloudy fallen. J-Rod Nasty taking out an Immortal Bastion.
That's
MJ is almost low, but
no
not
way.
low enough.
No way. They managed it. Everybody stays alive. It looked like they were all
Louisville
low health.
does push the cart with 48 seconds left.
I can't believe it. This was what a back and forth round.
It's just been
what a back and forth.
SVSU was spawn camping them for the first 2 minutes there, burning down the clock, and Louisville bringing it back into SVSU is like, no, we are not going to take this lying down and push it all the way to the final push.
There's not much better than this. There's not much better than this. Teams going back and forth, taking fight, giving, taking, crazy plays, crazy ults. This is definitely a treat. I think they'll probably run both teams something similar. It seems like no matter the map, they have their play style. They know what they're gonna do. So now it's down not to what characters people are choosing, but how they use the characters.
It's gonna be interesting to see what SVSU pick here. Zippy still has not picked, but looks like the Sigma is coming out. Going to be a little change from SVSU here, seeing how Nemo might solve and play on this, but
we did
looks like the is running a same comp, just changing out the tank here. So it's going to be interesting to see how SVSU plays around this Sigma.
We definitely saw, especially the last half there, as Louisville was pushing, the strategy with the Rhine was not quite working. Honestly, this change onto Sigma is not terribly surprising. That kind of seems. No, I take it back. I'm not sure. Maybe attack. It's just both teams are gonna do better on attack here.
Yes.
Well, maybe
Let's see how SVSU plays it. I can imagine Louisville will try the same strat that SVSU first tried by immediately walling off. Never mind. Looks like they has been pushed back all the way to that point here. SVSU making an aggressive push, immediately getting past the choke point there. Maywall is invested.
Lavalt's here. Viddy finds the first. Rest of the team's gonna have to back up.
First. Looks like Louisville's looking to cede the point here, actually. Louisville's just straight backing up all the way. MJ has been taken down by the isolation of the wall. Follows Renzu. And SVSU is just doing the exact same thing Louisville did to them in the first game. Just pushing them all the way back and taking the point here. I think SVSU is just going to stay up here, though, as I think they fear that Louisville's going to do the same thing that was done to them.
Yeah, definitely don't want to get spawn camped.
Looks like SVSU is choosing to stay up here while they just leave, I believe, Zippy to push it.
Abilities invested early. We see the Baptiste lamp keeping everybody alive. Nemo will find the first.
Nemo finding
That's gonna not look good. MJ in the corner.
Dangerously low. MJ finally getting taken out, followed by Jumba.
That was simply
followed by Engineer. And SVSU have a...
No one's pushing.
Oh my, Nemo.
Nemo, where is he going? Where is he going?
Nemo is unironically just at the enemy spawn point at this point.
Across the map.
Yep. SVSU slowly pushing the cart forward with both one DPS and one healer. So SVSU will be down the fight if they choose to take one.
Simply some better play there.
And there's just May sitting on the cart.
Ult economy is looking a little SVSU favored right now. I would take these two ults over others. We see the Shatter come in, gets two. Down goes a few.
Vidi gets taken out by Jumba. SVSU looking to isolate the enemy May there. Wall invested on Louisville's side, just pushing back SVSU. Ryan forcing to be first back. Joe Biden's in the back line, though. I don't know if they realize Joe Biden has been taken down by Cloudy here. Was stunned.
A little bit of a Ryan brawl. Both managed to stay alive through
Joe
it, though.
Biden is dead. Joe Biden has just respawned, so SVSU is going to push back. Just wait until Joe Biden gets back there, as they do have 3 ults. Almost 4 with Zippy's ult coming off cooldown here.
There is no Shatter. Both teams will have
MJ
beat.
will have Shatter in this next second here, so it will be interesting to see how the teams play this out. Vidi ulting with Bastion here, looking to push Louisville off. Finds one onto Jumba. MJ is isolated.
Oh, that's going to be huge. All the ults coming through. Vidi finds one. The May ult invested from Louisville. MJ finds the Shatter. A couple of kills.
J-Rod finds one onto Renzu.
Joe Biden counter May ult here. MJ's low, but
Vidi is brought down by the Ryan shove. Engineers finally take down Joe Biden Pog, and SVSU's push there was delayed. They only invested 2 ults there, though, so SVSU was looking to just kind of burn Louisville's ults, as all they have is the beat drop now.
You see, beat is very useful at countering ult. Even if J-Rod Nasty uses window, it'll be a little bit difficult for them to get anything off of it with Cloudy's beat drop in the back pocket.
Nemo is at 55, almost 60% ult charge, so could make something happen. Here, invest the wall here. Not really too decent, as Louisville just falls around behind the corner here.
But look at this space, though. Louisville can't get around this corner. This is so much free space here for Saginaw. They can push up. They get the cart all this way. Now they can fight around the cart. Gives them an extra little bit of space. And the cart does heal the attacking side. Just a tiny little
Nemo
bit.
At
but
80% charge here. They still have the beat drop on both sides, so it will be interesting to see who pushes down first. Vidi finding one on the Jumba. Beat drop on the side of Louisville. I can imagine the beat drop coming on SVSU soon, if not later. Joe Biden and Nemo actually find 3, 4.
Absolutely crazy beat drop at just the right time to save Nemo. What a play.
Wow. SVSU cleaning up. To be honest, that fight there was just who beat drops first, really. Whoever beat drops first, unfortunately, will lose the fight, as the second will just drop it right afterwards.
Beat it out.
SVSU do cap the first point and do get 3 minutes to push here, so they will have to push to the same distance as SVSU as Louisville, so they do have to finally push here. They do have 2 ults here that they can invest, but Vidi is taken down by Renzu.
See, this is definitely a spot for May ult. Covers the whole space.
Ooh, my. Ryan pushed out of the lantern.
MK goes down, although Saginaw can't really push here with that window. Can't really take advantage.
Vidi is ulting all the way from their base.
On spawn.
Just pushing them back there.
May wall off. Renzu was low.
Renzu,
everybody's low.
Doesn't even get the ult
canceled. May ult gets canceled there for Louisville.
J-Rod does have a window here, so if they can kind of stay alive here. Zippy almost brought into 0. Zippy almost going down here. J-Rod still has the window. Shatter coming up for Nemo. Shatter is up now for Nemo. Oh my!
That's gonna be for it.
That is a massive shatter on Nemo.
Oh, Nemo! What a play there. Although everybody's still alive there for Louisville, they only lost 1 or 2.
Nemo is did I just see a Sombra?
What?
The new Sombra is getting played
on Tracer to get back to point faster.
There comes the hack. Looks like this is the old Sombra still.
No, that's the virus ability. That's the virus ability. Yeah. Wow. Crazy support play from the air. Nemo goes in and gets a crazy shatter. Oh, they only get one off it, though. What a crazy support play there.
Oh, my.
SVSU is going to have a little bit of an advantage on time.
Looks like SVSU is back on the defending side here. It'd be interesting to see. I imagine both teams pull out same comps as it has been working.
Yeah.
But I feel like the defending team might pull something out different, as both teams have tried to defend with this relatively same comp. And it hasn't really been working out too well. So I imagine some change might happen on the defender side.
Maybe the Sigma. Sigma tends to work out decently here. Ramontra as well. Having that poke, especially for this first point as the other team pushes in.
I was wrong.
No.
Looks like both teams are running back their comps. And, well, we might see Jumba swap to something else. But looks like both teams are deciding to run back relatively similar comps. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
This is such a difficult choke point to get through if you stack certain abilities and certain characters. Bastion, as a character, does not let you get through this choke point. Along with May, getting walled off and then hit by the Bastion turret is just a death sentence. As well as the Rhine fire strikes to go through any shields that might be there. It's just so brutal. It's just so difficult to deal with as the opposing Rhine. Having a team with that combo and one without, it's just a slaughter.
Looks like Jumba has decided to go with the Ana here, so it'll be interesting to see how this affects team comps here. SVSU doing a decent job poking out Louisville. Louisville pushing past the control point, hiding behind the statue here. SVSU finds one on to Renzu early.
Nemo is getting aggressive here. Joe Biden Paul gets in there with the May freeze. The rest of the team's going to have to back up. Louisville running towards spawn there just to group up.
Louisville
Great fight.
Forced back.
Great fight there. They will kind of have a little bit more ult charge from that. When you win a team fight, you tend to do more damage to get a little bit more ult charge.
You can see J-Rod already at 60% on the window there. SVSU doing pretty decent. Nemo is walled off there, unfortunately. Vidi brought dangerously low, is healed back. SVSU trying to mitigate damage here. Renzu brought down really low. MJ is taken down by Nemo, followed by Engineer.
That's going to be pretty much everybody. No one really left here. Louisville going down. Nemo does get slept. Yep. That Baptiste window not getting through that.
Nemo finding the fadeaway with the strike charge.
Vidi.
My.
Spraying to the skies.
Yes.
Spraying to the skies. Well, you only have 1 minute. You get maybe two team fights there. That's just difficult.
It is mighty unfortunate. SSU does have more time here, as they do have 2 minutes 36 seconds, so we might see maybe 4 fights here.
4 seems about right.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 seems about right. 3 during that time, and probably
overtime
quick scuffle trying to make something work.
If SSU does cap this point, I do believe they win, because it will be a cap, I think, or will they have to push it just a little bit?
So no, I think they only have to get a single tick actually on the point. I was going to say we might see a little bit of sniper. This is a map that is favored by Widow, or specifically this first point here. This window up top sees so much point. It's just a firing range.
Looks like SVSU has here comes the Orisa. Looks like SVSU is swapping this entire team comp here, because as we mentioned, they only have to take 1 tick of the point here. So
yeah, get on.
They do just have to find a quick pick, and then they just push in here with this high damage. Oh, never mind. Nemo's just trolling us.
Nemo, big time troll, doesn't like casters. Just doesn't like casters.
Nemo is deciding to go with the Sigma here, or maybe he'll even swap to the Reinhardt again last minute. But nope, looks like it is Sigma. Looks like SVSU will be trying to find a pick here.
I wonder.
Louisville's not really giving them the chance though. Louisville's kind of hiding behind that corner.
Again, once you see snipers, it's just play the corners. Play the corners, play the corners. Don't show your head. Don't peek. Joe Biden wants it.
Joe Biden's waiting.
You can see ever so slightly trying to find it. Vidi here playing more with the team. Hanzo can afford to be a little bit closer because he has that dash to get out of there and storm arrows for some big damage.
There we go, Vidi.
Let's go, Vidi.
Finds it.
Bit of a support player. He's playing off role here. Oh, here does come the Bastion. Nope, the Zippy on the Mercy for the damage boost onto these DPS.
Oh, MJ brought dangerously low there.
They're going to have to invest Baptiste window lamp.
Oh my.
That's going to be close. Engineer pops the turret. A lot of damage. Ooh, close for both teams. Getting low. Lots of abilities invested. Who's going to pop first?
Ooh, Engineer pops Joe Biden, followed by Nemo.
That'll do it. That'll do. It's close. Again, when both teams get low like that, it's just as soon as something breaks, everything else falls.
Yes.
Everything else falls.
SVSU does have ults coming up here, so it will be interesting to see. It looks like they do. Joe Biden swaps off onto the May. They'll probably try and charge Vidi's ult here for one final push.
Yeah.
And then I think they just try and since they're hiding behind in that such close area, if Vidi ults correctly, they will be able to almost force them off of the point entirely. Yeah,
no, making that huge dragon.
Sigma ult is coming up here too, so if they do decide to, they are capturing the point here. Oh my, there comes the window.
MK getting a little bit low. Engineer finds the first one there. A couple of ults coming online for Saginaw, but again, if they draw this out too long, they won't have time for another.
Oh no, they do have 30 seconds, so SVSU just has to fall back and regroup here for one last fight.
One last push. A couple of ults, though. 3 ults to Louisville's 2.
Yes.
So definitely favored for the fight. Again, these a couple of impactful ults too.
I imagine that they open up with Hanzo and then follow up with Sigma, but because Sigma will just take them out of the Hanzo ult, but
assumedly, or pop the Sigma ult and throw dragons below it, so they fall down onto it. Going for the kill onto Vidi.
Does not find it.
There's Window, takes a whole bunch of space. Here comes Sigma Flux, not finding much. Shatter in the backline. Everybody trading. Tanks focusing on each other's backlines here, getting a whole bunch of damage. Here comes Cloudy's ult.
They're just trying to stop the cap here.
MJ will go down. Mailed on point. That's pretty much it. Double mailed, though. Do manage to cap it before the mail makes them get off point there.
Yes. Unfortunately, other than the May, none of Louisville was actually on the point. So the moment their May dropped, they weren't able to do anything because there was 2 ults stacked on each other. So it was just hard for them to push that point there.
Yeah.
There's the 5-man shatter from Nemo.
When someone invests a mail, you just can't afford to give up that space for free. So often at this top level, you will see teams, as soon as one uses a mail, the other immediately right on top of it. So neither team can have that space. It's just too much loss to give up that space for free. And the slow and the little ticks of damage you take as you try to escape it gives the team so much.
Switching Vidi to tank?
I don't know.
There's no way. Because I assume it's positional order.
Vidi, what's happening?
Is Vidi going to tank here?
Vidi, you're a sport player.
And is Nemo going to DPS?
What is I don't quite know what's happening here.
That's a question because they swapped Vidi up, so I'm assuming they're in positional order here because they are too. But is Vidi swapping to tank here really?
Now it is somewhat of a common tactic when you are substantially winning over the opponent to try to get some extra experience for team members in slots that they don't normally fill. Use it as a really good experience. This has not been a close match. Every time both teams have gotten substantial quantities of progress. Louisville, for the first one, did take a map, so it was 2-1 on the control point. Both teams got up to 3. SVSU won it in the overtime. So I don't think that's necessarily what is happening. Maybe Vidi has one specific tank he plays to cover something for Nemo, so Nemo can focus on other ones, and they're going to a specific map. The only thing I would think.
I'm pretty sure Flashpoint is coming.
This is Flashpoint, which is like one would assume Reinhardt.
Yeah, it's very brawly, very fighty kind of game mode. So it's interesting to see what Vidi is going to pull out here if he does so choose to play.
We could be overcomplicating it,
and them thinking that they just accidentally swapped or something. But
I don't think it's required to have people in the slots as they are shown. Don't quote me on that.
Yes.
It might be.
But yeah, it looks like they are moving to Flashpoint here, though. So they are going to be... Have they released any more Flashpoint maps?
I believe the new map,
I think it's Saravasa is the only one that we have available currently.
Samoa is not, I'm getting word.
Yes.
Samoa is a control point.
Oh, New Junktown, yes.
I see.
But looks like we are moving to Saravasa, though.
Control point map.
Yes. Very exciting action, very fighty on this game mode. Just everybody is brawling in between those control points coming at live, so it's going to be very action-packed.
This, to me, is a very, very Overwatch 2 map. Other maps had very defined spaces, like Overwatch 1, new King's Row, very defined. Here are your lanes, here are your sight lines. Saravasa is an absolute cluster of random objects. and staircases and high grounds. Not to say it's not fun. Not to say it's not interesting because we didn't necessarily have that before.
A lot going on.
There's just a lot happening. Very Overwatch 2-y.
A lot of
not a
places
bad thing though.
where you can also get lost yourself and just like realize that your team can't actually get to you, and then you're just kind of isolated.
It's interesting. It'll be interesting to watch. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Again, this is definitely
what is
Rhyme.
happening here with both teams. I can imagine that they both run back basically the same comps they have been playing all of today, because those are very brawly, fighty comps, and those characters just work for this game mode. Yes.
Well, this game mode is Zarya. This game mode is Orisa. This game mode is Reinhardt.
So, along with May just staying in the fight, just denying the control point there. Looks like Louisville might also be making some swaps here.
I missed it in the chat. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. Yeah. Swapping a couple things around potentially.
Yes, looks like they are. Yep, error is coming in for Louisville. Oh. Maybe?
We'll see.
We will see.
I think Servasa is the one we see more often than not in competitive play. New Junk City being, I want to say the
looks like Cloudy might be switching to DPS here.
Yeah. Hey, when you're down and you've tried a couple of different things, trying new things. There is something to say.
As support here, and Error joining the lineup here for Louisville here. Will be interesting to see what these players play, as we have not seen them previously in this match so far.
Assumedly, one would imagine they would have played different characters. Assumedly, they wouldn't just have multiple players on their team that all play the same thing, unless it's just different play style. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here.
Yes,
because there's kind of a lot going on.
Looks like we are entering the game here, so we will slowly see what they play.
Are we going to see Vidi on tank? Not what you normally see. Yeah, nice. Zarya.
Nice.
That's a Life Weaver. That was a Sombra. That is a Vidion tank. What world is this that we are living in?
Yep.
What is happening? Sombra? This Sombra, in all my knowledge and all I've seen and talked about, is not a very good character.
Ball here. Renzuo. Does the ball have the shield? I think it does.
That's Zarya. That is Zarya.
That's Zarya.
That was Zarya. This is gonna be fascinating. Engineers probably, we've only seen Bastion. The assumption is we'll still see Bastion. Nope. This is
oh my.
All right then. We have a completely different game here. We have Vidi on Doomfist. Maybe that's why there was the swap.
Yes.
Doomfist is a very different tank. So I guess if they ever need to run Doomfist, they have Vidi.
This is a very interesting. Both teams have completely 180'd their comps and have favored these very divey orientated comps here with the
mid-range, like
it's kind of all over the place here.
I think this is just good characters on the map. I don't see particular team synergies amongst any of these characters. I simply see this as being a team comp that works. Yep, Vidi. All right, that's what they did. They had Vidi learn Doomfist.
Well, I see the only common denominator here is both teams have very high movement.
Yeah, there's in the tank role for Saginaw
Engineer
and in the
immediately
damage.
finding Joe Biden.
Wow, what a kill there. Things talking about Nemo on point there, holding a little bit of space.
Yep.
The rest
Nemo
of the team
getting chased down by Engineer. Engineer's playing fairly aggressive on this Genji here.
Vidi here with the power block. We'll get the full charge punch, just getting out of there. Looks like it will be Louisville for the first part here. Joe Biden Pog in the backline with this new Sombra.
Biden's just trying to figure out a way to take somebody down here. Just isolate them a little bit. Oh.
Be close, got some damage. Here comes the dive. This is where we see the synergy,
Nemo
though.
Taking down Jumba.
Ooh, very
Engineer
low.
finding a payback onto Nemo, though.
Cloudy is low. Finding a couple of kills here. Vidi's managed to stay alive, just running around the team, going wherever he wants. This character is a tank. Can just dive, go wherever they would like. Punch here, trying a huge dodge there from Cloudy.
Yes.
Don't think they were ready for that. Nemo switching over to the Tracer, probably to keep up with Vidi a little bit here. Lots of damage on both sides. Not too many kills, as
Time is
everyone
ticking
has
up
the mobility.
though, for Louisville. Well, finding one on the error from the top ropes.
Well, sure, that doesn't only do damage, very much damage, so that's a
Sombra.
interesting thing to kill with.
Vidi finds a second on the Cloudy, looking for a third on the Renzuo.
Nemo's there with the follow-up. Rest of the team can collapse.
Nemo finds it.
Whoa.
Overtime. Just trying to stay on the point here. That Genji's doing some work there. Oh,
This
no.
engineer is going crazy.
On Genji.
This is new. Found that right at the start of the map. Got a kill. Managed to keep it alive. I think engineer's survival might get the flashpoint by almost managed to swing it.
SVSU have to hold the flashpoint here indefinitely because they are at 99.
Now, what's going to be the nano target here? You don't really see either of these DPS particularly having it, so I guess they throw it on Vidi. I'm not quite sure.
I do see Vidi getting it, as that Doomfist can do a lot of damage once it gets in the backline uncontested.
Yeah, the in the right spot with cooldowns up. Yeah, you can do some crazy things.
Oh my.
Tracer bomb instantly trying to find it.
Yes, Kiriko did immobilize it through the empowerment.
Close there, Joe Biden.
Engineer finding another onto Joe Biden through the slash. Cloudy find one on Zippy here.
Poking around. Everybody's trying to find the damage where
Cloudy
they can.
finds a second onto Vidi. Louisville take the control point here. Will Nemo try and... Nope, looks like they do cede the first control point here.
So this is kind of a newer game mode if anyone was not ready for it. It is like control point, but there are multiple control points around the map, and you fight to who can get three. And I believe it ticks up twice as fast as a regular control point.
Yes.
To make up for the fact that you have to do it multiple times.
Kind of like domination if anybody... Oh, here comes a huge EMP from Joe Biden there, finding two.
And some kills. Vidi's in there to cause some disruption, but it's not quite going to be enough for another kill. There, down goes Engineer, however. Error will come back. We'll have to walk back from spawn. Lots of damage here. Vidi's coming in with the Nemo Tracer.
Finally taking down Louisville in its pseudo team wipe here, as they were off put here. But SVSU does take the point first for the second flashpoint here.
Life Weaver coming out from Louisville. Not a particularly popular character at the competitive level.
I think it's mainly coming out here due to the fact that SVSU has a lot of dive, and they just want that tree, one, to block the Doom, and two, to just counteract the dive there so they can turn back the fight.
Using the pull there to get a Dove healer out of there. Absolutely massive.
There comes
Here comes the... Oh, uses the Kiriko ability to get out of there. Close. Can Vidi do it? Edge of my seat.
Man, jumps back. Holy.
Crazy ability usage there. Louisville.
Joe Biden does find one on the Jumba, though. Engineer dangerously brought low, as Kiriko has not been able to ult due to Vidi's interference. Vidi finding error.
Crazy punch there. J-Rod Nasty finding another. As this all is going down, SVSU is taking up the point here. I'm not...
Joe Biden finding one on a Cloudy. Renzu finding it onto Joe Biden back. Nemo trying to just get in there. Engineer finally brought down by J-Rod.
Like we discussed.
SVSU takes the second flashpoint here.
Yeah, throughout the whole fight. As discussed, one team is taking up on that timer. And that was SVSU for that entire time.
Yes. SVSU, now there's this kind of brief pause in between flashpoints where teams kind of just brawl out, see if they can't get an advantage. If not, both teams usually just fall towards the next flashpoint.
Yeah, that's what we see. 30 seconds here to set up for another point. Almost finding one. Joe Biden Pog in the back line. Little bit scattered here.
Invest the Kitsune rush here. Life Weaver all out here to counteract it. Joe Biden finding one on the Cloudy. Renzu finding one on the J-Rod here. Error brought dangerously low. Nemo here is also low. There is a EMP here.
Huge ult fight from everybody. I think almost every single ult on both sides getting invested. Not many kills coming out until the very end here. It will be Louisville who takes the final...
Yes, takes the first point here. So it will be interesting to see how SVSU decide to move into this point, as they do only have Vidi's ult, but it kind of isolates himself from the rest of the team. So looks like Vidi is trying to sneak up as the Doomfist here. Sneaky big man with glove. Uh-oh, he was spotted, though.
Albeit, you can simply use the Doomfist ult as a get out of jail free
call. He punches the...
Vidi. Huge play there. That's going to be an opening kill. That's usually all it takes to find a team fight. Joe Biden finds another. That's going to be most of Louisville out of there. A couple more punches, a couple more slams, cleaning up, getting the flashpoint. Won't quite do it.
Yep. SVSU taking the team wipe to Louisville here. They did not actually have to invest the Doom ult here, so the Doom ult is still a deterrent here on the side of Louisville, because Louisville doesn't actually have any ults that are relatively close to coming up immediately.
SVSU will have the Nano in a second here. No ults online for Louisville. That's going to be a little bit tough as they go into two or three here.
Nemo does
Saginaw.
have the Pulse Bomb almost coming up here.
Couple of abilities to get to see that new
Pulse
Sombra.
Bomb did just come online too.
Close, we see the Nano. We can always use that to get out of jail. Nope,
Viddy
gonna
is
use it
powered
early.
up. Finds error early. Finds a second onto Jumba. Pulse Bomb is invested there. Viddy trying to pin down the Sojourn here. Finds the kill finally. Renzu finds one onto Joe Biden. Nemo does take down both Engineer and Renzu, and they find the second team wipe.
It is so often the case in a team fight that the tanks, knowing that they can't really kill each other because of their massive health pools, will walk past each other and try to take out each other's backlines. And it seems that Viddy is simply doing a better job of that. With the Doomfist, the extra mobility can get in there, find some kills, than Renzuo can make happen. Renzuo is also trying to focus on keeping his healers alive, and that's simply not working right now.
I do feel that just Doom does more DPS than Renzu can until he builds that beam up there.
Yeah.
So it is very hard for Louisville to actually do that damage when they have a Doomfist constantly in their face.
Yeah, it's hard to build up as well with all of the dive. Nobody's shooting the tank. Everybody's shooting the healers, so it's harder for Renzu to get his beam.
I do see I smell a combo coming here with that EMP and Viddy's ult.
Yeah, that's going to be big. We're probably going to see the EMP come in a second. Not quite. A couple of engagements. Nobody, a couple of fights, but nothing happening yet.
EMP
there
activated.
it is.
Viddy activating his ult, coming down onto them. Finds one onto Error, isolates Error here. Can Error get back to the team? Yes, he can. Renzu and Engineer just tearing through the rest of SVSU while Nemo and Viddy were away.
It looks so good, but Engineer finds 4 that team fight.
And they have 5 ults on the side of Louisville now. This is very dangerous for SVSU here. Most likely going to be bringing the match point.
Whoa, 5 ults here for Louisville and a couple of new characters for Saginaw Valley, switching over to the Moira instead of the Anna, and Joe Biden Pog instead of the Sombra on a Pharah.
Looks like they're just trying to do some longer range damage to counteract with the Zyra poke there.
This is gonna be very difficult. 5 ults here, popping 3 of them off the bat. This is going to surely be a team fight win. Although nobody's fallen yet so far. Zippy gets in there, does some damage. Disruption. Engineer's gonna pop ult. Renzo goes down.
Blade.
Though Jumba, a couple of kills on both sides here.
Jumba finds one. Engineer's blade is gone now.
Does finally find one. Only 2 left for Saginaw. The low health. It is going to be that point is going to go to Louisville almost certainly. Nemo switching over to the Reaper.
Yes.
Got a lot of damage. Can definitely brawl with Zarya.
Looks like SVSU is just trying to fall back to the next point here, as they know they can't really reach the second point here without dying and maybe losing control of the first one. But yep, SVSU is just looking to stall them out, as they no longer really have ults up on the side of Louisville. So this might come down to ult economy here for this last flashpoint. Farah just poking away at Louisville here. Error brought dangerously low.
The healers are doing a great job this game, keeping people alive under some crazy circumstances. Well, it's been very difficult with Engineer going absolutely hog wild on SVSU's backline. It's been a little bit more
Looks
difficult.
Like Nemo's just trying to skulk around, trying to build up that ult counter just for the last team fight here. Zippy's Coalescence is almost up. Same with Viddy. Nemo having to go into Shadow for him. Zippy has the Coalescence here. Cloudy does pop the Sojourn ult here.
Couple of ults.
Finds one onto Joe Biden. Cloudy finding another one onto Nemo.
Both teams need to start out with this flashpoint. Once you get it for the first time, the other team has to regroup and push. You're getting at least 60 or 70%. Whoever
Engineer finding one onto J-Rod. Viddy forced to jump outside of the point here, just trying to regroup with the team. J-Rod is going to be down here. They do have the Pharah and Coalescence that could push them off the point here, hopefully.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do. This Pharah ult, not a particularly good target. I think everybody on Louisville's team has some way to get out of there.
Swapping to the Rhine here. Looks like they're just going for a brawl here.
Close. Couple of ults online. This is
This is going to be
potentially
exciting.
the last fight. Potentially the last fight here. Zippy has that ult to kind of tear through, but Jumbo will have the counter coalescence. It's going to come up to
there
Rock
goes
Barrage.
down error.
Yep, going to trade
Cloudy
it out
finds
there.
one. Viddy finds one on the Renzu. Finding another on the Cloudy. Looks like SVSU is taking control of this fight here. Jumbo forced the shadow step away. Nemo finding one. Zippy finding one and killing Louisville here. And SVSU take control of the point here. They do have some ults coming up on the side of Louisville, but SVSU also has a coalescence to try and counteract some of that damage there. Viddy just trying to build up the shatter to stop the engineer from just tearing through the backline with a nano blade.
Joe Biden and Pog switching over to the Echo here. Again, they don't. Louisville does not have much in the way of keeping a flying character out of the sky, so might have the chance to go crazy. Jumbo with the coalescence. Zarya ult here. Counter ult from Zippy. Trying to keep everybody alive.
Finding
Tsune
Joe
rush.
Biden.
Viddy goes in with the ult, uses Shatter, finds one under Renzu. We won't find a kill though. Gotta back up.
Brought down. Zippy and J-Rod finding error and engineer in the backline though.
Everybody falling. Nemo just with his last little bit manages to throw out an ultimate here. It's last fight here.
Oh, they do kill Renzu, so... Oh my.
Zippy keeps
Zippy
everybody
finds
alive.
Nemo.
Keeps
Oh
everybody
my
alive.
Lord,
Zippy and Nemo.
SVSU. That was an insane fight there.
Keeps everybody alive.
Holy, SVSU take the flashpoint in a last minute banger of a fight. Holy, that was insane.
Both of these teams at many points, despite being down one, maybe even two players, managed to bring back fights.
Holy.
We saw that a number of times. Engineer, definitely the star of this match. Crazy kills, crazy blades. The entirety from point to point played out of his mind.
That was a very, like I said, action-packed and exciting last match from both teams here as they just went back and forth here, one taking the point after another, and the fighting of the ult econs here were very important as the fact that both teams, like, anytime they took the point, usually it was because one team had all their ults up while the other team didn't really have any respond.
No, both teams 100% playing out of their mind. We definitely like to see some of these brawl comps on the screen. Some of the most exciting by far. And some interesting character picks, especially from SVSU at the end. Got to see the new Strombo in play a little bit. Got to see Doomfist at an upper level of gameplay, which is not something you often see. That's definitely new.
But we can agree that both teams played very phenomenally tonight as it was just such a back and forth. It wasn't really just like a one-sided stomp. Yes, SVSU won all three games, but Louisville didn't go down without fighting. Like, as the last two matches were so close as both teams were going back and forth, while also both basically pushing the objective as far as they could.
Yeah. No, I believe every match went to whatever the last possible thing, game or 0.5 for the flashpoint, 0.3 for the control. Win as far as possible.
And congratulations to SVSU. They have won the match as they have won the first three maps. And congratulations to Louisville as they played a very phenomenal game here tonight and didn't actually do, like, even though they lost all three maps, it was a slog fest that SVSU had to win with that. Because that last fight especially was very, like, lucky that SVSU got those kills at the back end there because their front line got wiped out by Louisville. And then the people who were diving ended up getting wiped out by the last two remaining players that SVSU had. So
heck of a fight there at the end.
Yes.
Definitely what you like to see. Very exciting. I believe that makes the Overwatch red team undefeated still. I thought, I'm getting 4-0.
Yes,
very well. Very good start to the season for them. I believe that's all we have. GG's to Louisville tonight. GG's to Saginaw Valley. Great games from absolutely everybody. Good luck with the rest of the season to both teams. This I was a Aquatic.
And I'm Kaiser.
And it was an absolute delight having everybody on. There will still be a little bit more Overwatch tonight. The C team will be playing. If you want to come down onto the Student Life Center, if you are at Saginaw Valley, come join us. Maybe watch a little bit. So I believe that's all we got. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a very good rest of your night.